In 2004, the world was introduced to one of the most beloved games in video game history. The action-adventure game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games is the 7th title in the Grand Theft Auto series. It is the follow-up to the 2002 game Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Of course, it was released in the October of 2004 for PlayStation 2 and later in June 2005 for Microsoft Windows and Xbox. The game is set within an open world environment that players can explore and interact with at their leisure. My name is Josh Robinson and this is 5 reasons why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Reason number 1, the story. This story follows former gangster Carl CJ Johnson, who returns home after the death of his mother and is drawn back into his former gang and a life of crime while clashing with corrupt authorities, rival criminal syndicates, and other enemies. Carl's journey takes him across the fictional US state of San Andreas, which is of course heavily based on California and Nevada. More on that a little later. Now, the story of this game is one that everybody remembers, from certain lines within the story in the very first part of the story to everything that expands over the whole of this amazing and captivating story. Of course, Grand Theft Auto is set in the early 1990s, and it kind of just really encapsulates all of that in this story. The story is one of the main reasons why this game, I think, has lasted as long as it has, and it still holds a place in so many of our hearts in the year 2021. The story is it's just a really good representation of how great Grand Theft Auto is, and I think it's just one that's going to stand the test of time. No matter how long this game really has life for, it seems to be one of those timeless games that everybody just consistently goes back to. But the story is reason number 1 why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Reason number 2, the soundtrack. Now, I don't think it's going to be any surprise if you know me, you probably know that I love music, as a lot of us do. Who doesn't love music? However, I focus a lot on music, especially when it comes to video games in an open world setting like Grand Theft Auto. Now, the 90s is a wild time. I am, of course, a 90s kid, as probably a lot of you are that are listening to this video. You're all around my age and this kind of demographic that I think these kind of videos appeal to, but nonetheless, the soundtrack of this game is so good. The early 90s was such a pivotal time in music, coming out of the 80s kind of new wave stuff and glam metal and all of that kind of stuff, and transitioning into the more punk kind of element that you kind of see the 90s usher in, as well as R&B and all of the other kind of stuff. But there's just so many songs that you listen to, whether it's on Radio X or K-Dust or whatever you prefer in this game. The options are kind of endless with how much there really is in terms of the soundtrack. I absolutely love being able to get into a car in this game and just being like, yes, today I want to drive on the desert with a horse with no name, or whatever the hell, however the hell the song goes. You know what I mean. Cult of Personality, everything else. I'm not going to sit here and list all of the songs in this game because we would be here for a very long time. But it is reason number 2 why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Reason number 3, the setting. Now, of course, like I said in the very first reason, or in the intro of this video, the game is, of course, heavily based on California, Nevada. It's kind of based on those states within the United States. As most Grand Theft Auto games are, well, as all Grand Theft Auto games are, they're based on a place somewhere in the world. Now, San Andreas is such an iconic game and just so nostalgic in so many senses of the word. But the setting, man, especially with what we got in the kind of now era of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I mean, that game has stood the test of time as well, but the differences and, being able to go around and knowing the names of the places that you're driving through. One that always sticks out in my mind for some reason is Dillymore. I think it's just because I did a lot of those 2-player things, where that was one of the spots where you go and activate the 2-player things, but the setting of this game is so cool, man. Even in 2004, when this game was released, it was really cool to see, and it was really cool to have so much openness and just so much. The game is so big in terms of that era of time, that 3D era or whatever it was called, the PS2 era of Grand Theft Auto games. It's just so cool to have that setting and be able to drive around and be able to do so much stuff, whether it was just going and eating or going and working out or whatever you wanted to do. The setting was just so great, and it's just one of the main reasons why I can just remember loving this game so much. It's just the openness of San Andreas. And it is reason number 3 why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Reason number 4, the longevity. The longevity of this game is just... I still can't believe that it's 2021 and I still get urges to play this game. And it's kind of across the board with a lot of people with this game. A lot of people have said that this is one of their favorite games of all time. A lot of people think this is one of the best games of all time. I just love the fact that it's how many years after, 17 years after this game has come out, and it's still relevant. People still talk about it. It's crazy to me that people still talk about a game that came out in the latter part of 2004, when there's been so many more Grand Theft Autos since then and just such a technology upgrade. We still want to play this. A lot of it is nostalgia, but a lot of it is because the game just is so fun. It is so fun to play this game. Everybody at some point in their life has probably played this game, or at least heard about this game. Longevity of it is just absolutely insane. And it's reason number 4 why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Reason number 5, the cheats. Yes, I know this is kind of a weird reason to put in here, but I don't know what it is about this game. I know many other games throughout the test of time has always had cheats, but there's something about the cheats in this game that just, I don't know, just looking them up on the internet and writing them down and then putting in the button combos just so you could have fat CJ, or you could have max sex appeal CJ, or you could have an afro all of a sudden, or just heaps of money, heaps of weapons, putting in the jetpack code in the very beginning of the game so all the bridges are unlocked, or no wanted level, or super wanted level, or whatever it may be, cars flying. That was one of my favorite ones. Just sitting there in the hours and hours that I would play this game, just putting on different cheats. I really don't know what it is about it with this game in particular that just I associate with cheats, but I do. I absolutely love the fact that you can just put in so many ridiculous cheats just so you can add an extra level of silliness and just fun and longevity to this game. I know I kind of said that in the previous reason, but it just adds so much more. And there's something about this game that I just associate with cheats. I know, it's silly. And it's reason number 5 why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And there we have it, friends, my 5 reasons why I love Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I could probably do another 15 reasons why I love this game. It is so fun, I love it so much, and you guys voted for this on Twitter. I put out a poll a few weeks ago seeing what you kind of wanted from 5 reasons why, what the next game would be covered in this one. So I'm going to do some more of them, so make sure you hit me up on Twitter at JoshRobinson00 to see when some polls get dropped. Another thing that I'd like you to do, if you like this video, help me out. Leave a like. Click that like button. It helps out in the algorithms, all that kind of stuff. And if you haven't, make sure you click that subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, from 5 reasons why to full streams that I've done on Twitch. The full VOD goes on here, as well as edits that the amazing Sid does for me of some playthroughs, so you don't have to watch a 3-hour stream. You can just watch it in 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever the kind of game entails you to do so. So make sure you do that. They're really fun, and check out everything. Leave a comment below if you like this video. Tell me what you love about Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and any other game that you want me to cover. Let me know in the comments below. All of my links to the will be in the description below. Easy for me to say. And of course, I invite you to join my Discord. Again, in the description below will be how you can do that, so you can get little exclusive tidbits of when stuff is coming and just kind of vibe with the community that's in there. They're really fun people. So until next time, of course, whatever time it is, whenever you clicked on this video, you have a good morning, day, night, whatever it is. Ladies, gentlemen, my non-binary friends, my name is Josh Robinson. This has been 5 Reasons Why, and I'll see you on the next one.